Welcome to the Inc. Productivity Tip of the Day. Today's tip: 3 practical steps this former monk uses to cultivate a possibility mindset. Imagine a world where your thinking isn't confined to the binaries of optimism and pessimism, of good and bad, of failure and success. Imagine a path full of doors waiting to be opened. This isn't a fantasy. It's a place as real as the screen you're reading this article on. All it takes to get there is embracing a key mindset shift advocated by thought leaders like Jay Shetty. In a powerful episode of Shetty's On Purpose podcast, the former monk dives into the intricacies of 3 predominant types of thinking: positive thinking, problem thinking, and possibility thinking. While the first 2 are generally familiar territories, it's the third type, the possibility mindset, that holds the key to transformative thinking, especially for business leaders and entrepreneurs. Positive thinking, often seen as the antidote for life's challenges, certainly has its benefits. It's usually better to be a positive thinker rather than a constant pessimist. However, when this approach becomes a blind mantra of ignoring the negatives, it can lead to missed opportunities for growth. On the other end of the spectrum lies problem thinking. This mindset focuses solely on the negatives and potential pitfalls. While it's important to be realistic and acknowledge challenges, problem thinking often blurs the line between actual issues and mental constructs, leading to a cycle of self-defeating thoughts. According to Shetty, bridging the gap is what he calls a possibility mindset. As he puts it, this approach isn't about being unrealistically optimistic or pessimistically defeatist, but about exploring what's possible. It involves seeing beyond the immediate hurdles and envisioning multiple pathways to success. It encourages us to look beyond binary outcomes and embrace the spectrum of possibilities that lie in between. How to embrace a possibility mindset? A possibility mindset nudges you to think outside the traditional confines, seeking innovative paths forward. This approach has been the cornerstone for many who have carved out successful careers through diverse means. Creative solution finding is a key attribute of a possibility mindset, and one all entrepreneurs and leaders can benefit from. But possibility thinking is not just an intellectual exercise. It demands action. It invites you to try new things and take concrete steps toward your goals. Experimentation and embracing failure as a pathway to success then become crucial. Additionally, a vital component of a possibility mindset is balancing gratitude with ambition. It's about appreciating what you have achieved while anticipating future successes. This balance nurtures an abundance mindset, crucial for long-term entrepreneurial resilience. It helps put the focus on attracting more of what you have, rather than resenting what's lacking. Here are 3 steps to take to reframe your mindset for possibility thinking. 1. Think about what has gotten you this far. A great exercise is to list your journey and reflect on the skills and paths that led your way. This exercise is not just about celebrating past victories, but also about understanding the diverse approaches that can lead to future successes. A key to achieving constant growth is to find the right balance between reflection and implementation. You have likely achieved goals you once said would make you happy and fulfilled. It's helpful to reflect on these, appreciate how far you've come, and use what you learned from the journey effectively moving forward. 2. Make an action plan. Setting actionable steps is the cornerstone of turning possibility thinking into reality. As an entrepreneur, you will benefit from thinking innovatively in your problem-solving and goal-setting strategies. Here's an interesting goal-setting framework developed by entrepreneur, author, and speaker Sahil Bloom. Consider 2 primary categories: personal goals and professional goals. Each primary category has 4 connected components: big goals, checkpoint goals, daily systems, and anti-goals. Big goals. These should be big and ambitious, but short of being completely ridiculous. As Bloom states, your big goals must be motivating on a macro scale, but perhaps too far off, grand and intimidating to be motivating on a micro daily basis. Checkpoint goals. If you consider your big goals as the mountain summit, then your checkpoint goals are the mid-climb campsite. You cannot reach the peak of your mountain without hitting these campsites first, as all paths lead through them. Daily systems. As James Clear put it in his best-selling book, Atomic Habits, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Your daily systems are the key 2 or 3 things you will do every day to move closer to your goals. Anti-goals. It's not only useful to know where you're going, but you also want to be aware of the places you're trying to avoid. Again, if the big goals are the peak of your mountain, your anti-goals are the things you don't want to sacrifice on your way there. Grab a piece of paper and write down 3 personal and 3 professional big goals. For each big goal, write down 1 specific, measurable, checkpoint goal. After that, write down 3 daily systems that will help you get there. Lastly, make a list of your anti-goals, those things you don't want to sacrifice along the way. Let this piece of paper be your guide. 3. Write a gratitude list. Practicing gratitude is more than a feel-good exercise. You should see it as a strategy for success. Focusing on what you have rather than what's missing creates a foundation of abundance and opens up more avenues for growth and opportunity. Every week, write down 1 thing or person you're grateful for and explain why in great detail. Focus on the feelings you're experiencing and describe them as vividly as possible. Then find a practical way to demonstrate your gratitude and execute it. For example, if you wrote down a person's name, call them and let them know how they made you feel. Tell that person how grateful you are for them. Do this regularly as a practical way to cultivate gratitude. The possibility mindset is a must for thriving in an ever-evolving business landscape. It's about seeing beyond just black and white and embracing the many shades of gray in between. With that said, every journey is different. As you navigate your path, cultivate a possibility mindset as your compass, guiding you to explore, experiment, and excel. Aim for the top of your mountain and use these tips to move forward every single day. That's it from Inc. You can find more articles from business leaders and entrepreneurs at Inc.com. Check back tomorrow for another great tip from Inc.